Logitech G29 and G920 have been the most treasured piece of sim racing for the last 9 years. Since its release in 2015, millions of people have purchased and gone down the rabbit hole we know today as sim racing. But why? Well, it's cheap in terms of sim gear, it has force feedback, it comes with a pedal set included, and it's nice quality considering its low price tag. But we're in 2024 now. How does it stand up in today's standards with new and cheaper alternatives like Fanatec, Moza, and Canvas? This of course creates the question, is the Logitech G29 and G920 worth it in 2024? For a 9-year-old wheel, commonly found within the $200 to $250 price point, the G29 is of good quality. With a leather stitching rim, an aluminum faceplate, metal paddle shifters, and a plethora of programmable buttons really gives this wheel a nice look and feel. The Logitech is on the smaller side, with roughly 11 inches in height and width. It can present a problem with those with big hands, though the ergonomics are great, with a nice feel to the wheel, and close and easy to reach buttons. This wheel is intended to entry-level sim racers and those who don't have access to a dedicated sim rig. The wheel comes with an integrated desk mounts to do the job just fine. The pedals can either be mounted to a rig, or you can use carpet spikes, which is pretty self-explanatory. That said, you will have to be cautious on the amount of pressure applied to them if you use it on a carpet or is not mounted. Continuing on the pedals, they're certainly not the best, but are on the better end of other entry-level pedals on the market. When you compare these to others, it's a night and day difference. Being at an entry level, they certainly won't feel like a true-to-life race car, but they'll certainly do the job just as well. The clutch and throttle have plenty of travel and don't use a ton of force to push down, while the brake starts off light and ends in stiff once nearing the end of its travel distance. Out on track is where the G29 really shows the reason it's a budget wheel. Using a dual motor force feedback system that is from 2015, the G29 and G920 can only produce around 2.5 Newton meters of force, which doesn't provide the most immersion out on track. Going over bumps, curbs, and road textures are not nearly as felt with other wheels. Overall, the wheel does feel a bit slow. With that being said, the force feedback is there and noticeable, and you'll be able to know what is happening to your car out on track. But it's definitely not a top tier on realism and speed of the wheel. The Logitech G29 and G920 are undeniably the most iconic wheel in the realm of sim racing. Its affordability, force feedback, the included pedal set, and the numerous programmable buttons, it has solidified its place as the entry into sim racing for many racers over the last decade. Nowadays though, even if it's the most popular wheel on the market, it being a decade old, many of the components are outdated and sim racers just need more in the modern day. With modern wheels and system, it truly shows its age. Its force feedback strength and slow response time shows its entry-level tag. Even after almost 10 wheels, the wheel is still being sold for $300, which nowadays with Moza R5 and R3, as well as the Fanatec CSL DD, which are all of a similar price point with those wheels being direct drive. And it uses modern technology. Unless you can't scrounge for those few extra dollars for those wheels, or you can't get them wherever you are, I don't think the Logitech G29 and G920 are worth it nowadays. While the G29 and G920 are advanced and some of the best in their time, it has gotten to an age where there's simply more advanced wheels for a similar amount of money. The sim racing world has unfortunately outpaced them. If you are still thinking about buying the G29 and G920, I would highly recommend buying them secondhand or when they're on sale, as I simply don't think that the Logitech is worth it at full price. Nonetheless, it's still a revolutionary wheel that changed the sim racing market for the better. If you like this video, or you have any complaints, please like, subscribe, and comment. It means a lot. Thanks.